Purdue will get USC in their first game of the Big Ten tournament off of a double overtime victory over Rutgers. If you want to see our recap of that game, it's up on the channel now. This is a West Coast team coming across the country that needed 10 extra minutes of basketball last night to survive their first game, that lost 6 of their final 7 games of the regular season, that Purdue beat by 18 a month ago. That's the situation. I talked about it before the tournament started, Cart. Purdue's draw was my favorite thing in the entire conference tournament week. If they want to win this tournament, they have the perfect path to do it, and it starts with beating a USC team that should be pretty fatigued from what happened last night.
Yeah, we got to start here before we do this, and just to point to you, this isn't like fatigue, like oh these guys just put in like a nice 35-minute shift in a grinding game. Let me go through the starters of what USC played in last night's game. St. Thomas with 42, Rayshawn Agee with 48 minutes, Desmond Claude 46 minutes, Wesley Yates 50 minutes. What's his name? Agbo, what's his nickname?
Shabuzi.
Chibuzi, Agbo, 41 minutes. So kind of on the short end there. This is just a team that I think is going to be gassed, and even if they were not gassed, this is the perfect scenario for Purdue. I'm thinking like 24 minutes for Braden Smith, and let's get on out of here.
Yeah, can I go a different route?
Don't play.
No.
What?
I want 40 minutes of him, TKR, and Fletch, and I want this on some send a message shit.
What? Oh, I thought we're trying to get our legs.
The champs are here.
Uh-oh.
Do you, Cart, did you forget about Bray?
What about
Because
Fletch?
nowadays, other Spartans want to talk like they got
Uh,
something to say, but nothing comes out when Trey moves his lips. Just a bunch of gibberish. And motherfuckers act like they forgot about Bray.
okay. I don't know about you getting musical at midnight, but I guess I'll allow it. I am on the complete opposite side. I need rest. I need rest. I need my main wish for this game is by the 11-minute mark in the second half. All three of those guys are at the end of the bench with those game ready things around their legs.
What's the score if that happens? Like if they successfully get to this point, what's the score?
Let's see. With 11 minutes left in the second half, I'm going to say it's 71 to 47.
Okay, I'd be happy with that too.
Yeah, and let's get out of here.
But don't forget about Trey
But don't
too.
forget. Okay, actually, let's do one mini thing here. What's USC's path in this one, actually?
Hope that Purdue doesn't care.
Is it wild to say that I think even if Purdue doesn't care, they win by 11?
Des Claude legacy game.
Des Claude, Wesley Yates just get to the rim at
Some
will.
of honestly just isolate Fletcher Lawyer repeatedly.
Also, another thing we saw in this game, AG and Agbo are guys that are kind of like were able to stretch the floor at the 4 and 5 spot. Maybe pull TKR and Caleb First out a little bit.
I mean, the real path is this. Des Claude didn't play the first time these two teams played.
Yeah.
Des Claude just had what, 20, 24, 28? What was his number?
He had 28.
You're not going to see Des Claude on the first or second team All Big Ten list, but he's one of the best players in this league. And Purdue did not have to deal with him in Mackey Arena when they won by 18. So,
Yeah.
I think that's the full path here, right? It's just Des Claude's sensational.
Yeah, and he has the ability to. We've seen it. We saw it at State Farm earlier this year, and also we've seen it in general with like when you have when you have a player that's able to kind of get their own. Like I'm not saying that Des Claude is John Tanji or like Blackwell or those type of guys, but we've seen Micah Parrish take it to this Purdue team and be able to make shots. So if you have guys that are willing to make shots at a very high level, then I think that, USC could maybe give themselves a chance. But also, like, I just saw USC turn the ball over 21 times.
Right.
Purdue is going to turn them over. That's going to happen. So, as much as I want to play the whole, I think USC has a chance. There's a path, like I just laid out there, but this is one that a lot of things are aligning for Purdue to handle business.
Yeah. TKR was the unstoppable force in the first game. It actually wasn't an awesome Braden offensive game. He had 13 assists. That's obviously awesome. 5 steals, too. Obviously awesome. But Braden only had 9 points on 11 shot attempts. Like, that's one of his worst scoring games of the entire season. So
Yeah.
I do think there's something like USC's huge. They go 6'7, 6'4, 6'7, 6'8, 6'6. Like that, they're big. There's going to be somebody bigger and largely more athletic than Braden the whole time. Are you waving your arms in the air?
Well, that's how they play defense. They play like a little zone. And they do like jumpy arms.
Yeah, right. So it's one of those games where I do think like that will frustrate Braden, maybe take him out of the game. But there's no answer for TKR. He had 24 points on 12 shot attempts the first game, 8 for 9 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds. You will remember, Cart, this is the game that TKR had 2 blocks in. That tells you the state of the USC front court, folks.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's not great.
Not great.
In
No.
fact, it's not only is it not great, it's horrendous because while TKR had 2 blocks, Caleb First had 9 points and 10 rebounds. Like if you're giving up that to the Purdue front court, like good luck, good night. What are we doing? You want me to
Yeah.
talk you into this being a close game?
Yeah.
You can't. You
Oh.
literally can't do it unless Painter and Braden have had a chat, step into my Cybertruck,
Mm.
and the conversation is like, "Hey, Braden, do you want to go for this one or do you want some rest?" And Braden was like, "Man, shit, I'm tired." And if that conversation happened, then maybe we see a paint masterpiece reverse throw a game. But unless Purdue is trying to throw a game, they're going to win this game comfortably.
State lines.
State lines
Indiana, correct?
49-5 in the state of Indiana is what Braden Smith and Fletcher Lawyer are in 3 seasons.
Here's the path. I got it. I got it. Muss. Muss.
That's your pitch, Muss.
Muss.
I was
So
about
I
to.
have Purdue 90-51.
You know what we're about to see, Cart?
What?
Somebody got to do it.
Oh gosh.
We're about to see a must-turn. We're about to see a must-turd.
A must turd. I was gonna say a must turn over.
Turd from Muss. We're gonna see Muss take a turd in this game. It's over. This team sputtered to the finish line. Purdue's way better. I just got a text from my 8 and
Oh no.
8 months, 3 weeks pregnant wife
Oh
saying,
no
"What
no.
the hell was that?"
Oh no. Oh no. Can you respond and say at least you didn't throw a chair?
I responded and said it was a mustard. Want to get to predictions?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Ken Palm. Ken Palm!
Stop. Stop.
I do the analytics. Here, somebody got to do it. I'll do it. Ken Palm has Purdue by 8 here. What do you got?
Yeah, Cartvick has them by 17. I'm gonna take Purdue to win this game. Let's go 87-70.
Yeah, that's our Big Ten Player of the Year, ain't it?
Huh?
Ain't that our Big Ten Player of the Year?
Our Big Ten player of the
That's
year.
our Big Ten Player of the Year, ain't it?
It's ours, huh? Ain't it our ball?
It's his ball.
It's his ball.
It's his state.
It's his
State
state.
lines.
His school.
This is my most comfortable play of the day. It will be on Daily Picks. It will be the gaudiest bet that I make this week. I have Purdue covering 9.5 here. I like Purdue alt line. I think Purdue wins this game by 20 points.
Yeah, good play.
And then they beat Michigan by more. And then we start to do the ring talk.
They got to see me.